What's up, Kookaburra crew? Today we've got a Magic the Gathering pack opening from Aetherdrift, the brand new series that just came out. And we've got a pre-release box to check out today. This thing cost about $30 for a pre-release box. I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed Aetherdrift. I think it's kind of a neat new mechanic. It's trying to bring vehicles back into the game, which I think is cool. It'd be awesome to see vehicles become a viable thing in Standard. The other thing that I saw a lot in Aetherdrift was some goblins. And in this pre-release box, we get 6 of these play boosters. We're going to open all those up, get a nice little D20 spin down dice, and you get a driver's license, it looks like, for Chandra here. So Chandra is apparently licensed to drive. Additionally, you get a promo card. Ours was Perilous Snare is our promo card. And then you also get one of the max speed tokens. It's the Start Your Engines mechanic that's new in Aetherdrift. It's kind of cool. There's definitely some applications for it. I don't know how widely spread it'll be since it seems to be just in this set, but it's still kind of cool. Always cool to see a new mechanic and see how we can exploit it in Standard. So let's dive into these packs, see what we get here, see if we get anything really cool. I would love to see an Aether Spark, of course. Now, we're not going to get a serialized Aether Spark in a play booster, but I'd love to see an Aether Spark nonetheless. Also, it would be really awesome to get a Radiant Lotus. That's another one that's been topping the charts for value out of this. I think it was at about $100. It's come down a little bit since pre-release, under $100, but that's a really cool card and I see a lot of applications for it. I think there's a lot of ways you can use a Radiant Lotus to change the game. It basically turns all your artifacts into Black Lotuses. So if you're playing something with a junk token or something like that that really has no value otherwise, you could use that as a Black Lotus, which I think is kind of cool. Savsunen. I really want to see about making a commander deck out of that one. I think that could be kind of broken if you put it in the right commander deck with the right support. So I really want to see how that one could play out as things develop a little bit more from this set. Oh, the Engine Rat. I know he's a common, but you know, a 1-mana Death Touch creature. I always love Death Touch. It's always nice to get one of those out there, either for protection or to just to scare your opponents a little bit. So it's kind of cool to see another new Death Touch creature come in for 1 mana. Pretty excited about that. Oh, and the Sea Scourge. You know, these sharks could come into this with the Mako and then the Captain. You could see some shark meta coming in. I know that's not a normal tribe to see sharks, but it could be a fun new mechanic coming out of Aetherdrift. We'll have to see how it plays, see if it's actually viable, but they could go well together, especially with that self-discard mechanism. It seems like Aetherdrift has this kind of cool self-discard thing that you can really boost things up with. So we'll have to see how the standard meta changes over time, but we might see some discard decks kicking in into the standard meta. Alright, I've got to say, I love these full art lands. The Aetherdrift full art lands just look really cool. I think they're just phenomenal. Let's jump into this next pack, see what we've got. Karadora. So this is another potential commander. Oh, and a tuna. They kind of go hand in hand. This is where that vehicle meta could really kick back in. Tons of artifacts being the focus in this set, so you could really use that capability of artifacts. This also may mean that a Braid may come back into the meta. A Braid lost some favor recently because there just wasn't a ton of need for it, but now with artifacts being a focal point in this set, we may see a Braid come right back because you want to have that ability to destroy these artifacts. We're going to need removal for artifacts. See, there's the Marauding Mako. That's the other shark inside this set, and it really has that cool capability that when you discard a card, you get to boost it up. So I think that's really going to be that self-discard meta kicking in with those sharks. So we'll kind of have to see how Standard plays out, but I think that'll be a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Subscribe for some more.